When our lovely city council decided to approve an economic boycott of Arizona, people across the country, including myself, called them out for meddling in another state's affairs. Now it's costing us. Because you see, the council wants to extend the contract on red light cameras. One problem, that contract is based in Arizona. What speaks louder, money or words? General under fire, the leader of the U.S. forces in Afghanistan, taking plenty of heat for criticizing the war. There are reports he'll resign, and President Obama's demanded to have a chat with General McChrystal. But can our country afford to lose a general in the middle of a war? Don't stop till you get enough. Friday is the one-year anniversary of Michael Jackson's passing. You won't believe how much money his estate has made since that fateful day. All the stories people are talking about and everything you need to know right now on The Filter. Off the top, the Filter forefront, our top 4 of the day, including, is that a video playing on your license plate? But we'll begin with this. We all know what the City Council thinks of L.A., about Arizona and their immigration law. And we all know the L.A. City Council was adamant about an economic boycott of Arizona. But now there's money on the table, and it appears the council may have forgotten about that boycott. Los Angeles wants to continue their red light camera program. That's right, same red light cameras that have cost the city $300 grand a year instead of making money. But I digress. The company that runs the red light cameras, well, they're in Arizona. They've got the best bid, and L.A. wants a 10-month extension on the deal. Oh, and all of a sudden we're working with Arizona again, huh? Our contributors tonight, Megan Barth and Charlotte Laws. Our pictures are furnished by Skype. Charlotte, I'm going to start with you. Should the city council be ticketed for running their own red light?
Absolutely. They're like bad students who didn't do their homework. They didn't do any research on this when they boycotted Arizona. It was an emotional vote, and they have 10 to 20 staff members each. So they should have made a list of all the repercussions that could have come out of that. And I tend to like Dennis Zine, but he's been very quiet on this since he actually voted against, or he voted in favor of the boycott. And today he came on the TV and he said that they didn't do any research, and there are likely to be other exceptions that they're going to also have to look at in the future. So it's costing money also for Los Angeles. So I am happy with the idea of actually getting rid of the red light camera program. The city council is saying, oh, well, it's a 9% improvement in public safety, but that's probably very close to the margin of error. And if you look at statistics from around the country, they say there are more rear-end collisions with regards to red light cameras.
Yeah, so let me jump in. Let me jump in here, because in Anaheim, for example, there's an initiative on the ballot coming up in the fall where people will vote never to use red light cameras, because the city of Anaheim says we don't want to make up our budget deficit by charging people running red lights. In Los Angeles, they're losing money, but they continue with the cameras, and they're getting them from Arizona. What do you think, Megan?
Well, it just sounds like something the LA City Council will do, is make economically unwise decisions. What I found really ironic is that the LA City Council said that they are considering the red light cameras because they don't want to jeopardize the safety of Los Angelinos. Well, if they weren't a sanctuary city to begin with, they wouldn't jeopardize the safety of Los Angelinos. By boycotting Arizona, what they did was basically take away any kind of economic income, or any sort of income or revenue stream that would have been generated through these contracts. Now they're backpedaling on the boycott, and what they've done is ignore our own California Penal Code, which is 834B, requiring authorities to check the papers of suspected illegal immigrants upon seizures. So, you know, they're just flying in the face of the law. They're acting lawless, and they're acting fiscally irresponsible, which is no surprise when it comes to that city council.
Well, I'll tell you something. To me, the initial boycott made no sense. It was political posturing, and now they find themselves with egg on their face. And another man that seems to have egg on his face is the mayor. Mayor Villaraigosa is everywhere. Dodger games, award shows, Laker games. But you know, he's getting those tickets for free. He wasn't reporting them. Now, we told you about this a few weeks ago. Now the mayor's under investigation. District Attorney Steve Cooley has opened an inquiry into the mayor's ticket-taking practices. State law requires public officials to report gifts, but the mayor insists he's not doing anything wrong. He says he's attending the events in an official capacity, and then he's there representing the city of Los Angeles. The Ethics Commission is now investigating, and they've asked for all documentation from the mayor's office that could prove he's using Laker tickets worth thousands of dollars for official business. Do we think the mayor's in trouble here? Is this proof that he's more concerned with the glamour and the fame than with the people of Los Angeles, Megan?
Yep, certainly so. It looks that way. You know, it wouldn't be too hard for him, like the former mayor of Los Angeles, Hahn. Every time he was invited to a game, he made sure, because he's required to by law, to make sure that he states the value of the ticket and who gave him the ticket. Seemed to be a real easy process for the former mayor. This mayor can't wrap his head around what he is obligated to do as an elected official. They wouldn't have to go through Steve Cooley, the DA. They wouldn't have to go through the Ethics Commission and utilize and waste all these people's times if the mayor just followed what he was supposed to do in the first place and report what the value of the ticket and who gave him the ticket. He always is grandstanding. He's always seen in a very nice three-piece suit. He always looks great. He always has got a beautiful woman on his arm, but yet he just can't seem to do the right thing except for pick out a really nice suit.
What do you think, Charlotte?
Well, people are calling this ticket gay, but I think he's going to wiggle out of it. I think he's embarrassed, and I think he doesn't like discussing it. But I think that basically he's getting away with it because there's a loophole, and that loophole needs to be fixed. And I don't think he's going to get in trouble for it because it's tickets. I think if this were a different situation and he were, for example, going to a new housing development and he were there on official business, but the developer gave him a $450,000 house instead of just tickets to a bunch of concerts, then I think he would have to resign. But I don't think that's going to happen. I do think that the public is entitled to know what benefits that a particular politician gets, because you don't want various individuals and companies coming in and trying to bribe public officials. So we need to close up the loophole, and hopefully that will happen now.
So you think what's going to happen is he'll skate through this one, and then they'll present something to tighten this thing up, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.